Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Azim bin Zahrin. My student ID is 2020XCXC44 and I'm from group EC1104P. So, for ECG263 Soil Engineering Laboratory, I have been given a task to conduct and produce a report and make a video presentation of soil engineering experiments. For this task, I need to discover and innovatively conduct certain experiment within the vicinity of my area. The soil engineering experiment that I need to do are water and moisture content test, particle density test, particle size grading test, field density test, and also permeability test. For this experiment, I need to creatively utilize and improvise the tools that I need to do for this experiment. Now, let's check the video. This is how I got the soil sample for the experiment. This is the apparatus that we need for the water and moisture content test. Firstly, we need to prepare 3 soil samples and weigh each of the 3 soil samples. Then we need to weigh the tray and spread the soil sample on the tray and record the mass of soil sample plus tray. Next, we need to expose the soil sample to the air drying process for a whole day. The next day, record the mass of the dried soil sample plus tray. Finally, repeat the experiment with another 2 soil samples. This is the result that I got from the experiment. This is the apparatus that we need for the particle density test. Firstly, we need to weigh the empty jar. Next, we need to fill the empty jar with 150 gram soil sample and record the mass of the jar plus soil sample. Then, fill up the jar with water and stir it well to void the air bubble and record the mass of the jar, soil sample and water. After that, we need to clean the jar and dry it carefully. Next, fill up the jar full only with water and record the mass of jar plus water. Finally, repeat the experiment 2 times using another jar and soil sample. This is the result that I got from the experiment. This is the apparatus that we need to do the particle grading size test. First, we need to record the mass of tray. Then, we need to prepare 1 kg of soil sample and spread the soil sample on the tray and let the soil sample dry using the air drying process. Next, record the mass of the dried soil sample plus tray. Record the mass of each sieve. Then, sieve the dried soil sample through 10 mm opening size of sieve. Continue sieving the dried soil sample using 5 mm opening size of sieve and follow up by 1 mm opening size of sieve. Finally, weigh and record the mass of cells that have passed 1 mm opening size of sieve and the mass of each sieve with the cells that have been retained. This is the result that I got from the experiment. This is the apparatus that we need for the field density test. First, we need to record the mass of each steel container. This is the place that I will do the field density test. Knock the steel container to the ground to get the soil sample. Dig around the steel container to get the steel container out to get the soil sample. These are my soil sample. Record the mass of the steel container plus soil sample in it. Then record the mass of the tray. After that, transfer and pour the soil sample on the metal tray for drying purpose and record the mass of the soil sample plus tray. Dry the soil sample using air drying process. After drying the soil, record the mass of the dried soil sample plus tray. Finally, repeat all the steps with another 2 steel containers. This is the result that I got from the test. This is the apparatus that we will use for the experiment. First, we need to mark the bottle with H1, H2, H3 and H4 and drill a few holes on the bottom of the bottle. Next, fill the empty bottle with soil sample and stamp with a wood stick several times. After that, measure the length and the diameter of the sample. After that, place the bottle inside the container and fill the bottle with water and leave for a while until the soil is fully saturated. Then, prepare the stopwatch and fill up the bottle with water until H1 mark and start the stopwatch. Observe and record the time of the water moving from H1 to H2, H2 to H3 and H3 to H4. Repeat the experiment with another sample 2 times and record the data. This is the result that I got from the experiment.